What stood out to you last night the most out of this dominating performance by the Warriors?
I think it was Kevin Durant, as you guys mentioned. At times, he looked to be as dominant as we've ever seen Kevin Durant, and you wouldn't have even guessed that he was surrounded by a couple other All-Stars on that team either. So, there was a period there where he had 3 or 4 just easy lanes into the basket there and not defended whatsoever. So I think that was my biggest takeaway. I thought he was an X factor. Wasn't quite sure what to expect from him, if he would take that alpha dog role there against the Cavaliers, how the Cavaliers would guard him. They didn't at times last night, and it showed. He got whatever he wanted, and that's going to be a big problem for the Cavaliers moving forward, how they defend him. And I think the concerning part was LeBron James was matched up on Kevin Durant for most of the night, and as we know, LeBron James is a great on-ball defender, and for Kevin Durant to have those easy looks and to do whatever he wanted at times, has to be concerning for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you're watching the highlights here, and you're seeing that Kevin Durant has an easy – it's like a layup line, basically, for him to go in there and throw down the ball. So we were talking a little bit earlier here, Cody, about the possibility that maybe the Cavaliers should veer off their plans to maybe run with the Warriors, but maybe slow it down a little bit. In theory, wouldn't that help slow down Kevin Durant?
I mean, I think that they're going to have to try to do that, slow down the game as much as possible. And we know Kyrie Irving and LeBron James can ISO at times and are both great players at it, as we've seen in the past. But, when you commit 20 turnovers and allow the Golden State Warriors to get out in transition and get those easy looks and move the ball around as we know that they're great at doing, then that's going to be a lot of problems. And when you have those sort of things happening, then it's going to be tough. We know just how great the Warriors are at making teams pay like that, and more often than not, it looked like there was at least one Cavaliers player that, following a turnover, wanted to stay back a little bit and argue a foul call. I saw LeBron James do that a couple of times, and by that point, it's already a 4-on-5 in favor of the Warriors. And if you're playing a man down against that high potent offense, then they're going to make you pay. So I think that heading into Sunday's game too, you got to think that the Cavs are going to try to slow that pace down as much as possible, but maybe not too much, because we know just how great the Cavs can be, playing at a fast pace as well.
Kevin Durant was absolutely spectacular last night, and I think the players were fueling a lot of his positive energy and making sure that all of the emotion that he was riding high on was a big factor in this game. What happens, though, if Kevin Durant doesn't have a strong game or isn't going well starting off the game with a hot hand? Are other guys going to be able to just step up in that role, or are we going to see some issues?
I think so, and I mean, I'm still waiting. I think we're all still waiting for Klay Thompson to come out and show us his all-star form. He didn't have a great shooting night last night, and he hasn't for the better part of this entire postseason. I mean, heading into last night's game, he was shooting about 36% from three-point range, which for any other player is a respectable number. But we know Klay Thompson can get much hotter than that and shoot at a higher percentage. So I think we're all just waiting for him to have a coming out party, and it feels like at any point he can and get hot, hit a couple shots in a row and start to feel himself a little bit and get it going. But also I look at a guy like Draymond Green, who we know is probably one of the most unselfish players on that team. And, on any given night, if the team needs him to go out and get 10 rebounds and block 5 shots, then, he'll go out and do it and not score any problems and have no problem with it. So, he had 9 points last night, and he can get it going too at any time. So I think that's just what makes this Warriors team just so dangerous. Klay Thompson didn't have a great night last night, but the rest of those guys got it going. Steph Curry had a great shooting display last night. So, if it's not one player, it can be the next, and that's what's just so frustrating trying to guard that team.